President Donald Trump on Sunday said he would order the government to rebuild and reopen Alcatraz, a former prison on a small island of the same name off the coast of San Francisco that once housed some of the most dangerous criminals in the country, including Al Capone, George Machine Gun Kelly, and James Whitey Bulger. The prison, which closed 60 years ago due to its crumbling infrastructure and high maintenance costs, will serve as a symbol of law, order, and justice, Trump said in a post on Truth Social Sunday, later telling reporters it was just an idea he had as federal judges pushed to ensure deported migrants had due process. On Monday, the U.S. Bureau of Prisons Director William K. Marshall III said his agency will pursue all avenues to implement Trump's plans for reopening Alcatraz. I have ordered an immediate assessment to determine our needs and the next steps. USP Alcatraz has a rich history. We look forward to restoring this powerful symbol of law, order, and justice. We will be actively working with our law enforcement and other federal partners to reinstate this very important mission, Marshall said in a statement. The Department of the Interior referred CNN to Trump's statement, saying the department and the National Park Service had nothing to add at this time. Now, a major historical landmark and tourist destination, Alcatraz was once one of the most heavily fortified military sites on the West Coast before it transformed into a notorious federal penitentiary in 1934. As a maximum security prison surrounded by the Pacific's strong cold currents, Alcatraz had a reputation for being a last resort facility where the most dangerous and most unruly in other prisons were sent. It was virtually impossible to escape, despite numerous storied attempts. Here's what else to know about its colorful history. Maximum security, minimum privilege. The island of Alcatraz's strategic location at the entrance to San Francisco Bay made it ideal for defense. The U.S. Army built a fort there in the 1850s and equipped it with artillery needed to protect the bay from foreign invasion amid growing U.S. interests in the Pacific. It was also used to protect San Francisco from Confederate raiders during the Civil War. Soon after, it evolved into a military prison, which it remained into the 20th century. In 1933, the U.S. military turned Alcatraz over to the Department of Justice, beginning the island's nearly 3 decades as a federal prison. With its isolated location and bare-bones amenities, the Rock, as it came to be known, was meant to deliver a message to criminals. The federal government had decided to open a maximum security, minimum privilege penitentiary to deal with the most incorrigible inmates in federal prisons and to show the law-abiding public that the federal government was serious about stopping the rampant crime of the 1920s and 1930s, according to the Federal Bureau of Prisons. Prisoners at Alcatraz had 4 rights: food, clothing, shelter, and medical care. All other privileges, including visits from family or access to books, art supplies, and music, had to be earned. For all of its infamy, Alcatraz averaged a prison population of about 260 to 275 prisoners at any given time, less than 1% of the total federal jail population. Most of the prison's inmates were among those who refused to conform to rules at other federal jails or who were deemed escape risks. Please like and subscribe for more. Thanks!